You are at 5 Squared Support. Welcome to this unscripted video of installing Windows 11, and we're going to use Rufus. I'm going to use Rufus because it gives you some ability to install cleaner. You can forget about the security checks, all that, set up a username with Rufus. So that's what we're going to get started with. First step is going to be getting Rufus. In this case, I'm going to use Firefox. Some things I like about Firefox, some things I don't. But in this case, we're going to use it. So you go to Rufus, RUFUS.IE. From here, you're just simply going to find the download. And we want, if you're going to install a version that's 64-bit of Windows, in this case Windows 11, which is only 64-bit, you're going to use one of these top two. You could do portable, which I actually like to use portable, but in this case, I'm just going to use the standard installable program. I don't like updates. That's a personal preference. You might. So there we have Rufus. Now we need to install or get the Windows 11 ISO. Windows 11 ISO. We're going to do that right from Microsoft. It's possible. Can we do this? I think we could just do the ISO by itself, which I do not think used to be the case. You can make a case for using international. I'm not going to get into that right now. The benefits of doing that is you won't get a lot of the bloatware that is included. So now we just got to wait for this install to finish. But you won't get a lot of the bloatware with Windows 11 International based on regional laws and what you're allowed to do with software. I can vape now because I'm just going to fast forward through this on the actual video that I upload. All right. Hey, maybe this would be you know what? Maybe I will. Maybe this version will be on Patreon. I don't know. I don't know who would want to see that. I think I have one subscriber, but maybe someday in the future. Or my son, maybe 50 years after I'm dead, which hopefully isn't for another, I don't know, 45, 50 years from now. The dead part. I feel like I should have more than 11.2 megabits a second. You know what else takes a long time? Is actually doing this Rufus. That'll take a long time. normally do other stuff while doing downloads, but my focus is on this video right now. I guess I am doing other stuff. I'm vaping. You know, I'm currently in the Philippines, and I used to be able to buy some great vape juice from the main online stores here called Lazada, Lazada, and another one called Shopee, Shopee, I believe. And you used to get a lot of vape juice there. So I don't know if new laws come by, but I tell you, it is impossible, almost impossible, to find good vape juice online anymore here. I don't like that. But right now I do have this one flavor I bought a couple years ago. I didn't think I liked it then, so I haven't used it, but I'm running out of my stash because of the aforementioned problems, and I'm using this one called Super Cool Moon. It's very, very quite good, but I'm only down to maybe, well, I don't know, 30 milliliters left of this before I have to, I don't know what I'm going to do. Quit vaping maybe? I quit smoking about 10 years ago. I know there's some debate that vaping's just as bad. I don't see it. I don't smell. Well, I have the regular smells. But I don't smell like I used to. My clothes don't smell. My rooms don't smell. My car doesn't get yellow. Or my walls of my house or office or any of that. It's all clean. But that's just the outside stuff. The physical stuff. My blood pressure dropped probably about 15%. I'd say maybe 2 months after I quit smoking and switched to vape. And I don't cough all the time. As I say that, though, it's almost psychosomatic, I think, because as I say that, I think I have to cough now. Clear my throat anyway. But that's nothing new. I've been clearing my throat since I was 15. So you can't see this, but I did choose my USB flash drive that I'm going to use for this install. This install could happen over previous days because I'm going to set up my camera. I'm not high tech here. Well, I am kind of high tech in some regards, but cameras I'm not. So I'm going to record my physical screen from an outside camera as opposed to a display internal screen capture on my computer to actually install Windows 11. And I'm just going to use my phone. Setting up the alignments, all that's going to be a little bit of a pain, but that's what I'm going to do. And I don't know when I'm going to do that. It most likely will not be today. But this is the first step that I need to take in order to get to that step. You can check. Why does that date look funny down there? I think. Why is it missing the two? I must have changed that for some reason. I don't recall the reason. It should say 2023. I believe that is a change that I made. I know on Windows 11 you couldn't display all this stuff properly, so I know I made some edits there. In fact, Windows 11 I'm not a huge fan of for things like that. And the right click menu and several other reasons. So I actually switched from Windows 11 back to Windows 10. So I'm running Windows 10 now, so I don't know why that edit I put is there. It's very interesting. Well, it's not that interesting. But it's something I have to bring up because I'm still waiting for this download to happen. On my first ever Patreon video, which may or may not happen. I wonder if I get my one viewer to, or my one subscriber on YouTube to, I don't know, sign up for $10,000 a month. Is this enough entertainment for $10,000 a month? I'm not looking to greedy. I just want to pay for food for my boy and my wife and my puppies and the numerous family members that either visit or live here in my house, our house. Maybe better just to get 10,000 subscribers. Be easier to get, I don't know, what is easier? Get 10,000 subscribers for $1 a month each? Or one subscriber for 10,000 a month? I think they're both pretty difficult. I do think the latter will happen in time. But this install is now done. Okay, you can look at the right at the clock to see how much time that download took. Your mileage may vary. I'm just going to make sure this is in the download folder. It is. You could set up any browser to download where you want it to. It usually defaults to the download folder, or you can actually specify, save. You can determine when you download where to put it, but that's not what this video is about. But it is in the download folder. So what we're going to do now is take Rufus. Well, actually, before we're going to do Rufus, really what we're going to do is find my USB thumb drive or flash drive, and I am going to put that, plug that in. Now, I am doing this on a virtual machine. In this case, I want to connect this to the virtual machine. This is not a step this step you most likely will not need to take. Okay, we've now plugged in the flash drive, and we're going to select the image. In this case, it's going to be the Windows 11. And I'm going to stay with the defaults. And I'm going to just simply click Start, and it's going to give me. I'm going to stay with the defaults. I'm going to click Start. It's going to give me a couple of options. I want to remove all these requirements. I definitely want to create a local account. Sure, we're going to keep the same settings of the computer which I'm doing this on. I definitely want to skip all privacy questions. I'm not concerned with this last option at this time. So it's just going to tell me it's going to remove all data from the flash drive I just installed, which is certainly fine. And we're going to start this. It just said this is going to take a while. It's not lying. Right now it's 7:32. Let's see how long this actually takes. This is kind of, it's almost like a bait and switch. It actually looks like it's going to be really quick, but I assure you it is not that quick. So I'm just going to shut up and we're going to wait for it to be done. All right, back to the Patreon video. $7:33. I'm going to say this is going to be done at 7:41. You know, this part's going to be sped up. I'm going to turn my air conditioner back on high because I like cold and airflow. But I turn it off because of the noise. But Patreon users pay for the noise. They pay for it. You pay for it. Gonna get your $10,000 or $1 a month value here. It says 9% done. I do not believe it's 9% done. But maybe it is. I guess if it is 9% done, that's going to bring me to about the time I said it's going to be done, which I actually forgot what I already said. What did I say, 7:41 maybe? 7:42? Now, doing this is well worth it. Because I really hate going through all the prompts when you do a typical install. Now, there's other ways to do this, using Ventoy and all that, and those would be future videos, but I'm just keeping it. But this channel isn't really about in-depth anything. This isn't for this isn't for tech people. This channel is about people that need a little bit of help, push in the right direction. This is not going to be highly technical. So I don't even know if I'll do a Ventoy video. I use Ventoy, but I don't know if I'll do a video. It's kind of beyond the scope of what this channel and what 5 Squared support is supposed to be about. Typically people that will use Ventoy and all the tools of which you can put on that, they're already somewhat advanced. They don't need 5 Squared support very often, if ever. So again, a long way of saying I don't know that I'm going to. I don't know if I'll do advanced ones like that. But if my $10,000 a month Patreon subscribers want it, I'll do it. I should say I will. So I have a 5-year-old son, and I don't want him to use abbreviations. So I won't allow him to say "I'll," at least not yet, until he speaks everything very clearly. So he can't say "I'll," he has to say "I will," for example. Do not want him saying "can't." He must say "cannot." Speaking clearly is very important to me, even if I am not capable of doing so myself. Monkey see, monkey do, I guess is what I am saying. Speaking of that, Freddie Mercury. I think one of the things I most appreciate about his music, one, obviously, he's a great singer, but he can actually understand everything he sings. I think. I don't know if there's a word he's ever sang that I'm like, what did he just say? What was that word? So I feel like speaking should be the same. I seriously have this dilemma about vape juice. I'm really at the only thing I'm vaping now are I have actually several. I've actually gone through several bottles of vape I bought through the years that I don't particularly like, but now I'm stuck using them. I have given away a lot of vape I don't like. I'm glad I didn't give it all away. So let's see, 33%. This is now starting to look like it's going to be like 745 to 747 maybe. Which is, if that's the case, when it said 9%, it was incorrect. Rufus is lying to me. So the resolution on this video is 1920 or 1980 by 1020. Oh my gosh. I am getting older, aren't I? I mean, that's such a common thing. But 1920 by 1080. I almost forgot. I was saying 1980 by. Was I saying 1980? Maybe that's because that was a good year. 1980 by 1020. I think that's what I say. But anyway, this is not my native resolution. I use much higher, 3800 by whatever. But for the videos, I crunched down to this size because I think it makes for a better video. I made a video or two. So part of the reason I did it, I made a video or two with just my native resolution because I just forgot to change it. And then I'm watching the video and I couldn't really read anything. So I changed to this. So hopefully this was a good decision. And also, you may have noticed, I don't know if it's going to show up on the main video I upload, but I am not installing this on my main computer. I'm running a virtual machine from VM Player. I don't know, I think version 17. In fact, I should probably make on the website to download that particular file in case it ever disappears. So I'm doing this all within a virtual machine. I love virtual machines. Oh, sometimes I could be absent-minded. I just had a fear. Not a real life-threatening fear, but I had a fear that I forgot to click start recording. That'd suck. I'd have to do it again, talk to myself again. And I don't want to talk to myself right now because it's not a good time for me to fall asleep. I gotta finish this. Ooh. Also, might not have been the best time to do a video because I'm hungry. And the last couple of days I've had no carbs. I want to go 30 days without carbs because I need to lose, I don't know, 2 or 3, maybe 4 dozen pounds. I guess it's kind of expected because I like food. I don't like exercise. It's boring. Kind of like my talking. And my job for the last 25, 30 years has been sitting on a desk. Those aren't excuses. Those are reasons. But I need to do something about it. Maybe I should start doing daily walks. Multiple walks per day? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not even sure we're going to hit the... I forgot what my last guess was. 7:45 to 7:47? I don't even think we're going to do it by then. And even when this gets almost done, I think it'd be like near the end, then it seems like it's going to wait for like an hour before it actually finishes. With all that said, this is still an incredibly awesome program. I love it. Kind of feel bad though doing this for Windows 11. I guess Windows 12 is going to be out pretty soon. I don't know what pretty soon is. A year or two? I'm not sure, but I don't have a lot of faith in it. They still haven't fixed Windows 11. Kind of annoys me. I went through this whole setup. Got the whole family set up on Windows 11. And then it's just so annoying. Like for my wife, Windows 11 is no big deal because she doesn't use a computer in the same way I do. But I'm telling you, just to do something simple, like copy something, they have to go through multiple menus and that. It's crazy. And I know there are programs, what is it, Explorer Patcher or Explorer Patcher? In fact, I even use it on Windows 10. But it still didn't make it worth it to me to use the annoyance of what Windows 11 has been. Not that my one. Well, actually, I have 0 Patreon. Oh, not that my one $10,000 a month Patreon subscriber cares, but the vape juice that I use is 3 milligrams of nicotine. I wouldn't even mind going lower. I don't think I can find lower. Well, heck, I have a hard time finding vape juice in general. I hope these videos work. I need to get people to start calling. I want to help people. Also, my other goal here is, as I mentioned, I'm American, but I moved to the Philippines in 2014. And I kind of, in a way, retired a couple years ago. Haven't worked in a couple years. Had no desire to work again. My company kind of, I don't know if sold's the right word, but take over. I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm done working. I'm retired. But I had employed several people in the Philippines, of which some I'm close to still. And they're working, but they don't have as good of a job as they had before. So my hope is to get this thing going, get some traction on it, and then hand this over to them. Ultimately, that's my goal. I don't know if that will take 3 months or 3 years. I certainly hope 3 months. But seeing as though I've virtually had 0 callers and I have 1 subscriber, 3 months seems a little optimistic. But you never know. If something goes viral, who knows what could happen. I'm a football fan. Regrettably, a Chicago Bears fan. Oh boy. They have not been fun to watch. Although, a couple bright spots through the years, but very, very few. But anyway, I bring this up because I'm watching a video of Tyson Bagent, the new undrafted rookie quarterback for the Bears, who's had his first start last week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Is it Las Vegas Raiders or Vegas Raiders? I am unsure at this point. But anyhow, he had a pretty good game, and Chase Daniel, who's been a career backup quarterback, who I've always liked. I think he was with New Orleans the most, and then he went to the Bears. He started a few games for the Bears. I think he did a pretty good job a couple times. I might be remembering this wrong, but I almost feel like against the Giants he had a nice comeback win. But anyway, he does videos now, and he did a video of Tyler Bagent's first start. Tyler Bagent or Travis? No, I think it's Tyler. First start, and he looked pretty good in his first start. But one of the things he does in the videos is one of the things I often do. You can hear taking breaths. Oh, he had a great rep here. You know, that sort of thing. And you can hear heavy breathing sometimes and clearing of the throat, all that sort of stuff. And to me, he does great videos, but that is a little bit distracting to me. So what I did is I downloaded his video, and I took about a minute, maybe a minute 24, and I cleaned up that audio, and I uploaded it to YouTube. It's unlisted, and I sent that to him on a tweet, Chase Daniel that is, and I said, hey, would you give me the opportunity to clean up all your videos? And I didn't get a response. So I'm hoping to get things like that to get this company, this service 5 squared support moving. And he did put out, Chase Daniel did put out another video today, and I don't know if he heard me, but his next video, it was about Brock Purdy from San Francisco, and I did not hear the same, so maybe I made him conscious of it, if nothing else. So I really did that for 2 reasons. 1, I really like Chase Daniel. 2, I love his videos. And 3, get a little recognition or, get someone more high profile like that can really help kickstart this. And I really don't know the order or priority of what that is, to be honest with you. Because those first 2 things, it's really true. I want Chase Daniel to do really well. And I also want less distracting videos. That's all true. But I also want to get some traction with 5 squared support.tech. Okay, so you would think if 748, it would be done by 750 at 92, 93% now. But again, once this gets almost done, I think, I haven't done this in a while, but I think it's going to be like delayed before it actually tells you you're finished. I'm not really sure how to go about getting a lot more people other than referrals and stuff from friends and whatever. And then once I do get some callers, I'm going to do a great job for them. They're going to like me. So I'm going to lean on them a lot for referrals, for sure. But I need the domino effect. But I need that first domino. I need dominoes. I need to get that snowball started. I'm really nowhere close to doing Patreon, 1 YouTube subscriber, and don't have any followers on Facebook or X, formerly Twitter, or any of that stuff right now. What I might do is just post this raw video a couple days after I post the actual install video of Windows 11. Maybe I'll do that. There's got to be some sort of sickos that want to watch all this and listen to me. But then again, everybody needs a cure for insomnia. Everybody. actually already had a Rufus flash. In fact, this drive I'm using, this flash drive I'm using now was Rufus Windows 11. So I'm actually just copying what I've already done. Which reminds me of that movie with Michael Keaton, Multiplicity. I can't remember the girl that was in there. I like that movie though. Was that the 80s maybe? It's another movie Michael Keaton was in that I liked. Pacific Heights, where he was a renter, destroyed a house, they couldn't get him out. That's pretty good. I've never been a big Batman movie person. I know he was in that. Maybe my favorite Michael Keaton movie, I think it's him, is Johnny Dangerously. I forget the exact tagline on there, but something like "My mother hit me once." Once. That's good. That's a good movie. All right, so here we go. We think at least by percentage, not by status bar. That okay? We're going to be done any minute. That's true. We will be done any minute, but momentarily is really what I'm meaning here. But I still think we're got a couple minutes away. Now they're putting our username in there. Actually, this is going to be faster than I thought. Not faster from start to end, but faster from when I just spoke of to the end. Because it does look like this is almost complete. Alright, I have to turn these fans and all this stuff down now. Alright, the first. Okay, the first steps to install Windows 11 has completed. I want to remind you that this video is not meant to be a complete tutorial. It's just to point you in the right direction. If you need more help, always remember we're available for you. Give us a call, 5 Squared Support, or check out our website, 5squaredsupport.tech. The next step is going to be actually installing Windows 11. Now it is Now it is time to experience the glory of installing Windows 11. I do have my flash drive in. On my particular motherboard, I need to hit F12 to be able to get to the flash drive that I want to boot to. Your computer might be F12 or it might be something different. You'll have to figure that out. And I missed it. I was too slow, so we'll do it again. Actually, It is now time to experience the glory, after I turn on this computer, of installing Windows 11. I do have my flash drive in. I'm going to need to press F12 on this computer to get to the device of which I want to boot from. Your computer, maybe F12, or it may be something different. You'll have to look that up. I am going to choose the first partition. And this will get me into the Windows 11 install prompts. Eventually. Pretty standard prompts. Gotta go ahead and install it now. Again, I need to remind you, I am showing you how to do this. However, this is not an exhaustive tutorial. In this case, I don't have a product key. We're going to install Windows 11 Pro. I do have a product key, but it's a digital key, and once I get it installed, it will activate this version. Your computer may or may not do that. And we are using Rufus here. Of course, you should know that. You just watched how to install that. We are not going to upgrade. We're going to install Windows. You need to be careful here. I have a lot of drives on my computer. I need to make sure I install Windows on the correct drive. And not only the correct drive, the correct partition, which is going to be drive 3 for me. I cannot delete these, especially this one, because this has a lot of data I do not want to lose. I am going to delete these first 3, however. Most people who do this will have one drive, so you won't see all these options. And this is my go-to installation partition. I am going to delete this. I'm comfortable deleting it because I do have a complete backup image. We're just going to install on the main drive that I freed up with 325 gigs. I'm just going to go with the defaults at this point. And now we wait. This will probably be about 10 minutes, I would say, but I will fast forward through most of it. And during the rest of it, I will vape. You see the vape too. Gonna have I could turn on my fan. I think I'm gonna do one slightly advanced. Once I get into Windows here, I'm going to maybe do some Chris Titus Windows tools. Maybe not. I have to think about this. I think I probably won't. Not for this video. I also feel like the first part of this video was... I don't think spacey is the right word, but I don't think it had a lot of energy. It did not have a lot of energy because I was pondering what I want to do as I was installing it. I should probably do that over. You know what? I think I'm going to. I'm just going to power off this computer. Let's turn off this fan again. Okay, it's almost time to turn on this PC. Oh boy. Okay, it's almost time to turn on this PC to install Windows 11. I do have the flash drive in the USB port, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on now and get this process started. On this computer, I'm going to have to hit F12 to choose the device I want to boot from, which in this case is obviously the Windows 11 Rufus USB drive. There's my F12 prompt. I'm going to go down to the USB drive. For my case, it's going to be partition 1, most likely to be yours as well. We're going to do mostly the default install here. We do not want to do an upgrade, so you got to make sure you select the correct option. And we're also going to do Windows. Well, it's going to be I don't have a product key in this case because it's a digital license. I've already logged into this computer many times. So when I do install Windows here and log in, it will automatically activate my license. We're going to do Windows 11 Pro. Of course we accept after reading it. Okay, can you all read see that? There you go. We all agree. It's going to be custom. In this case, I have multiple drives here. You may not have this. Just make sure you're very careful to install this on the correct drive and the correct partition. I know the partitions I'm going to get rid of is drive 3, partition 1, 2, and 3. These will be recreated and Windows 11 will be installed on it. I could probably just do partition 3, but I am going to do them all. It's very important I don't delete this. Very important information on that drive. I am comfortable deleting my main partition that I put the operating system on because I do have a complete image backup on that. I'll probably put another video out at some point to show you how I think is the best way to handle that. Pretty much here, I'm just going to go through the defaults. I'm just spending an extra moment making sure I'm not clicking anything incorrectly because it would suck if I made a major mistake here. If it's a fresh drive, there is really no major mistake, but this is not a fresh drive. Like I said, I have data here, but I did do this correct. I am now highlighting the correct partition. I'm just going to go through the defaults here, and I will catch up with you when this gets to the first required boot or reboot or restart. Okay, I don't know if that had a lot more energy, but I felt like it was a little bit better. Maybe I just did that again so I can vape some more. Nope, let me turn my fan back on. Actually, the fan isn't to cool me off. The fan is an exhaust fan. Take the vape out of here, at least a little bit. Tell you though, I like the smell of vape. I think I've decided I'm not going to do the Titus Windows tools, at least on this video. I just want people to have a fresh install. And use Rufus. I am a chain vapor. In fact, for a tech video, this sure does talk about vape a lot. But I am talking to myself. What else do you expect me to talk about? Arm wrestling competitions I had in high school. That's more boring than vape. I do miss high school, though. I mean, I hated it when I was there, but I mainly hate it because that was a couple decades, actually more than a couple decades ago. And I had more hair back then. A lot more hair. And less waist. Probably a less chinner, too, as well. Oh, I'm sure you enjoyed that, Patreon subscriber that I don't have. Alright, let's turn off the fan. Turn the air conditioner fan then back down to 1. Alright, while these files are almost done getting ready, I'm going to share some exciting news. I am going to share this raw video, the making of installing Windows 11 using Rufus. Not only to Patreon, in fact I won't even put it on Patreon, I will make it available a few days after. Oh, let's save 5 seconds, shall we? Restart automatically. Anyhow, I will post this raw video, the making of this Windows 11 install, on YouTube. I won't have any audio cleanup, all my banter in between stuff, and all my edits. I'll have it completely all out there, bearing all. I'll bear all to all. All of my 1 subscribers. But a year from now, I won't be talking about 1 subscriber. I think by then I'll be talking about at least 10. At least 10 subscribers in a year. Can I get that many? Can you guys help me get to 10 subscribers? That would be cool. Okay, I do not need to do any keyboard presses to boot a certain way. It's automatically going to boot into this new Windows 11 install. I am recording from my phone. I don't have any special phone camera devices. That's all very expensive. And how am I going to keep tech support at $25 if I'm spending all that money on cameras? So hopefully this quality you will find will be okay. It's going to be nice here. You don't have any of these nagging security questions. It's automatically going to set up the username you had originally set up, or in this case, I set up when I did the USB flash drive with Rufus. I'm going to show you one setting I'm going to tweak. I don't know if tweak's quite the right word in this case. But what will happen is once you log into Windows and you reboot, before you can log back into Windows, it will require you to add a password. I do recommend passwords. However, I do not like doing it right away because after I install my operating system. I will install all my apps and programs and whatever features and backgrounds and all this that I want. Many times it will take a reboot, and I don't want to enter that password a million times in a half an hour. So I am going to show you quickly how to forgive that request. You see that? Automatically logged into the username that I did not have to configure. To some of you, that might not be a big deal, but I have done operating systems, I don't know, a lot of times. And it's really quite annoying. And it gets more annoying with each new version of Windows. Installing Windows without Rufus is close to the same. You just have to go through a little more obstacles. And I'm not a big fan of obstacles. That's why I really dislike tax season. I dislike tax season a lot. What that has to do with this video, I am unsure. Alright, well, it's time to vape. I'm going to have to make sure I edit this out. I don't like editing this. Alright, we were told we're almost there. It was not a lie. So this video is not going to really focus on a lot of tweaks, but as I mentioned before, I do want to install. I want to get rid of the password requirement for now. So the way I'm going to do that is go to Computer Management. You know, this resolution is really hard to see. So I'm going to press Control D on my computer. I'm going to right-click the desktop. I guess there's going to be a little bit of settings change. I'm on Display Settings. And I want to change this. Since it's a video, I'm going to do 1920 by 1080. This is not the resolution I typically use for day-to-day use. I'm going to go back to Computer Management. I'm going to go to Local Users. Users. Here's the user we just set up. What do I want to do? I want to go to Properties. This is what we want to uncheck. User must change the password and next logon. We don't want to do that. I think that'd be fine. So now, I could have just hit OK, but so now when we reboot, We don't have to put a password in every single time. So I do highly recommend you put a password in once you have this set up. And if it's a laptop, put a password in all the time. So anyhow, that is how you install Windows 11 using Rufus. It's a great process. You need help with anything, give us a call at 5squaredsupport.tech. Well, visit the website and call with the phone number that's on the website. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. Goodbye for now. Alrighty, 21 minutes. More than 21 minutes.